Imagine watching two people face the exact same failure. One walks away forever. The other stands up, tries again, and eventually succeeds. What makes them different? Talent, intelligence, luck? Not even close. The biggest difference is hidden inside their psychology. And once you understand it, you'll never see failure the same way again. Most people believe successful people simply have more motivation. They imagine champions waking up excited every morning, entrepreneurs who never doubt themselves, artists who are always inspired. But what if that's completely wrong? What if the people who never give up actually feel just as tired, just as scared, and just as discouraged as everyone else? Then why do they keep going when everyone else stops? The answer isn't motivation. It's something far more powerful. We've all experienced it. You start a new goal full of excitement. You promise yourself this time will be different. You exercise for 3 days, study for a week, work hard on a project. Then something goes wrong. You miss one day, someone criticizes you, you fail. Suddenly your confidence disappears. You start thinking, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. One failure becomes proof that you should quit. And before long, another dream quietly disappears. Not because you couldn't do it, but because you believed failure meant the journey was over. But here's the truth. The people who never give up aren't born different. They've simply trained their minds to interpret failure differently. In this video, you'll discover the psychology that keeps resilient people moving forward and how you can build the same mindset. Imagine two students taking the same difficult exam. Both fail. The first student goes home thinking, I'm terrible at this. He avoids studying. His confidence shrinks. Months later, he still believes he's not smart enough. The second student also feels disappointed, but instead of asking, why am I so bad? She asks, what can this teach me? The pain is exactly the same. The failure is exactly the same. Only the interpretation changes. She studies differently, improves a little, fails again, learns again. Months later, she passes. Every setback became information instead of identity. This is one of the biggest psychological differences between people who quit and people who persist. Your brain is constantly creating stories. When something goes wrong, it immediately searches for an explanation. Psychologists call this your explanatory style. People who quit tend to believe failure is permanent, personal, and impossible to change. People who keep going see failure as temporary, specific, fixable. Instead of saying, I am a failure, they think that strategy failed. One attacks identity, the other analyzes behavior. That tiny shift changes everything. Because if the strategy failed, you can change the strategy. If your identity failed, why would you even try again? So how do you build this mindset? Start by changing the questions you ask yourself. Instead of, why does this always happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Celebrate effort, not just results. Keep promises so small you can't avoid them. Read one page, do one push-up, write one paragraph. Because consistency teaches your brain something powerful. I am someone who keeps going. The people who never give up aren't thinking about success most of the time. They're thinking about the next step. Most people quit because they're staring at the mountain. Resilient people simply take the next step. Again, and again, and again. One day, people will look at someone who's successful and call them unstoppable. They'll assume confidence came first. They'll never see the nights filled with doubt. The mornings when quitting seemed easier. The failures nobody applauded. That's the psychology of people who never quit. They don't wait to feel fearless. They move while feeling afraid. The next time life knocks me down, what story will I choose to believe? Because your future won't be decided by how many times you fall. It will be decided by how many times you choose to stand back up. If this video gave you a new perspective, leave a comment saying, I keep going. Subscribe for more, and remember, the person who refuses to quit eventually changes everything.